Greetings. Our hearts. I think we'll all agree they are rather important, aren't they? But when we look from a Reiki perspective, wouldn't we want that to be in the best tip-top shape that we can find? And bring that beautiful energy into our lives a little bit more, and we start working with the heart. Believe you me, things start to be seen differently. So that's what today's video is about. But before I go forward, I'm just going to say to you now, a lot of people watching our videos are coming along. I'd like to offer you something back today. So I'm actually going to have details of a little competition that I'll be discussing later. So if you'd like to take part in that, stick around and we'll show you how to give you the opportunity for me maybe to work with you purely on a one-to-one. It's a competition, it's not going to cost you anything, so stick around and your chance to join in with that if you like. Meanwhile, let's come back to the heart though, because the heart is obviously, a pretty obvious statement I'm going to say, is vital. It is vital to our own well-being, and believe you me, I've sort of like working more and more with the heart, especially the last few years, and you're really then beginning to align with your purpose, your much happier state of being, for want of a better word. So let's all today work with our heart, and for guys especially, it's going to be a bit challenging because we tend to close it away, don't we? And I've still got a lot of work to go on that score, and I'm sure a lot of us out there have as well. But the more we come into this space, the heart blossoming, I think we'll all agree that's kind of a neat thing to do. So what is the heart chakra? Where is the heart chakra? Well, the heart chakra, it's not so much where it beats, it's more like around this area. It's like the center of your chest almost. And it, obviously the heart chakra, it is like an energy center. It's an energy center that circulates all this beautiful energy around the body. Now, one of the things I've learned is that the heart chakra is actually a hell of a lot more powerful than your brains, believe it or not. And when we start coming into our heart chakra as opposed to our brain, our mind, we then start to develop our emotional intelligence. Now, our brains are amazing. It's not like we're knocking the brain here and saying that's like a waste of time. Of course it's not. Just as essential to our heart for us to function. It's a vital organ, we know that. But honestly, when you think about the heart and you think about the sort of like rhythm, the first thing you hear is bum bum, bum bum, bum bum. It's a natural flow, isn't it? Even if you just put your hands over your ears sometimes, you kind of feel that rhythm, don't you? It's the rhythm that goes throughout the universe. It's like, think of the tide, the ebb and flow of the tide. It just comes in, it comes out. Your breath goes in, goes out, goes in, goes out. There's no thought behind it, but it is this state of being. I like to think of this state of grace. So we start aligning ourselves and working more in that heart chakra, for sure it's going to open up whole new realms for us. The heart obviously is the regulator of our emotions, so much more, and of course our blood flow. And a lot of heart issues stem where we hide those emotions. Now, obviously, very much in the Western philosophy, or even sort of like, I will say men in general, we get hurt. We're told to man up, aren't we? We're told to stiff upper lip and all that sort of thing, so you don't show any kind of like emotion. I don't know if it's like an age-old thing from the old warrior tradition. If you was to go into battle, not to show any weakness. That may suit a particular period. He was in some kind of conflict, for example. Some soldiers and that, of course, told to literally cut all those emotions off. But let's not kid ourselves. If we are locking all that in there with no release valve, it's like a pressure cooker, isn't it? The more that pressure cooker builds up, you keep adding and adding and adding. Sometimes it's going to blow with heart conditions and sort of God knows what else. So when you think about stress as well, you start adding stress on if you're not going to find a release valve. It is a disaster waiting to happen. And it's like, even crying, that's seen as a sign of weakness, isn't it? Someone starts crying, oh, come on, stop grizzling. Man, get on with your job. Dare I say the word heartless comes to my mind. Let's not get into the heartless place. So what are signs of blockage? When we think about the heart, what are those blockages? Well, obviously we was talking there, it's like you could end up becoming like emotionless. Everything just switches off. Something happens, you become inured to it. Something awful happens where you want to cry. Instead of just calm, would you become indifferent? There's a sense of indifference. There's a sense of lack of empathy. Let's put it that way, where you just don't care. And it's curious, I see this being bandied around now, that empathy's seen as a bad thing. Now that is definitely people not coming from the heart, and that, for me, there's a blockage there. Why on earth would you think that? And there are those kind of thoughts out there. So there is that kind of like cut-offness. But for sure, if you're feeling sort of like energies in the breath, you might feel you find sweating. You might find yourself like your blood pressure's going up or it's going down because the heart's struggling. It is like a blockage, isn't it? It's not running smoothly. We are divorcing ourselves from the aspect of love energy. We don't become love energy. We become cold, heartless energy. There are certain areas there we want to check out as well. So Reiki, how can Reiki help with those issues? Would call in the Reiki, and it starts as soon as I start talking to somebody. It's never about jumping straight on the couch. Always remember that. If you're offering a Reiki service, come to that. Any kind of healing service, let's be honest, could be going for spiritual healing, angelic healing, therapy, or whatever. We all come from that place where we will have a discussion to start with. If you just jump on the couch, I'm guessing, because the healing starts as soon as you work with your client and get them to open up. Why are they here today? Especially when it's emotional stuff. And this is another thing, especially in the West, we really struggle with emotions. We put it in a box, we're almost embarrassed to let that box out. The healing process starts when we really start to have a nice discussion, and it's nothing wrong if there's a few tears being shed in that initial consultation, because that is the healing process starting right there. It's releasing those pent up energies, it's letting the steam out, rather than going bang. We're just going gently allowing that steam to flow. So we would have a good discussion of why they're here today and what it's all about. And then obviously we go onto the couch. I would connect with the energy. We start to flow a little bit. So the energy will flow. It's not always a prerequisite, but there's a fair chance I would work with an energy called the Seihei Ki energy, which is the heavenly key. It's like the key to heavenly energy, and it really works on an emotional level. Perfect complement for the heart chakra, but please don't think that one size fits all. If you're working with symbols, and obviously if you're level 1 Reiki, or if you don't know anything about Reiki, it's probably mean a little bit of gibberish to you, but we can move in certain energies to help bring the healing. And Seihei Ki is a beautiful one just for that. So it's really about working with those energies. Quite often when I come with issues of the heart, what I'm looking to do is help that person release that. Now, it's not me just jamming my energy and forcing it out. It's almost like allowing that energy to breathe. It's allowing the heart center, the heart chakra, to start to open up and release. And quite often you just feel this energy just coming up like this, just being pushed up and away. And we will just keep bringing that beautiful golden energy into that heart space, allowing it to work. Now, it's also important that you don't try and sort of put your own kind of spin on things. Always remember what I was always taught, that Reiki energy is far more intelligent than I'm going to be, because it's universal energy. So my job really is to hold the space and allow the healing to work. I'll be maybe shown insights of what's brought that person here today, but I certainly don't judge. I don't go in with the aspect of thinking I must do this, I must do that. No, my job is quite simple, really. It's to hold that space. Now, I often get like a clairvoyant thing. Now, that's not me reading minds or anything, but sometimes I'll be shown a vision. For example, it could be like I might be shown a flower that's really quite dry and looks a little bit decrepit. Bringing that energy in allows us like water in the flowers, water in the flower bed. Bring that energy in, and you might see it start to open up. That for me is one way of working with it, but it depends how you work. Remember that you'll follow your instincts, you'll be guided. Again, some healers don't get anything. So I'm certainly not denigrating you or saying that's wrong, not at all, because it's just for me, it's what I get shown. And if you're just there holding the space, perfect. You just hold that space. Just know and trust. Trust is a big word, that the healing that's coming through is just what's needed. So what are the transformative effects of like a nice heart healing session? Because sometimes you'll be drawn to that particular area. I'm saying you probably go through the whole body. I'm not sort of like saying you won't, but you may find your emphasis is there. And the transformative effects quite often is this feeling of lightness. You know, you just feel come out and you think, well, and they can't explain why, but they just suddenly feel lighter because this burden's gone. They'll feel they could well feel happier because this is sadness that we've begun just to start to release. Now, initially, they might feel quite awful. I'm not going to lie to you. When we work with the heart energy or any energies for that, when we first let go of, it sounds crazy, but the body's holding on to it. The heart is like holding on to this crutch. And when you take that crutch away, it protests. It says, oh, don't let that go. And then you can feel upset, you can feel nauseous because this hole's been left where we've taken that energy out. Now, I will bring good energy in. That's what tends to happen for me, this lovely golden energy in. What was there is no longer there anymore. You know, they got so used to this big, heavy weight. When you take it away from them, it's like, oh, I'm missing that. And so the body may protest a little bit. When working with the heart, especially if we really are doing some release, it's quite normal for people to just burst into tears and just allow the tears to come through. Because we're working on emotions and how can we say it? We're breaking the stigma of not crying, especially for men. It allows that energy to flow. And this is so important as a Reiki healer. What happens in the room stays in the room. I never sort of go out and say, oh, guess what happened with Jerome? I've just made him burst into this. No, that's not right at all. We literally just get into the space of allowing the healing to take place just for that particular individual. So these are some of the transformative effects. There's so many more we could broach and cover, but I'm only keeping this for about 15 minutes. Otherwise, I'll be here all day. I did say about competition, didn't I? I suppose I better let you know how to enter that competition. So what I'd love to do, I'm going to offer this to one lucky winner, is for you to say, heart is where the health is. I had to think there for a moment. So heart is where the health is. So if you put that in the comments, I'm then going to give you the opportunity to interact with me and I'll put you in a competition. I will run that for, what's the date today? It's about the 13th, it's about 12th, 13th today, isn't it? Let's say we're going to run this competition till the 27th of September 2025. Then I'm going to call it. I'm going to stop there and I will announce the winners in the actual community tabs. And obviously I will be able to interact with that person if they filled everything out correctly. And that will then allow you the possibility to work with me where I can give you some beautiful distant healing. We'll interact. I'll do it like a video call. So as long as you're cool with that. And I can then send you some beautiful Reiki. I'd love to do that. It'd be my absolute pleasure. And before I go, I'd just like to say, check this video out over here. It should be there right now. And that's all about boundaries. Boundaries are so important. So check that out and I'll leave you there. Good luck if you're in the comp. Bye-bye.